bringing in the next. It is amazing to see so many familiar faces. Those of you who took advantage earlier today of some great events, they weren't just national events today, they were international events. I was talking to Amichai Bennett, the head of the International Chidon. There were people from Russia, Azerbaijan, there were people from Toronto, there were people from America, but they were all over the world, and they were participating in the Kahoots and the virtual tours that you were on earlier today. It's a little bit of a different flavor. Welcome, guys, to the first ever national championship round of the USA Chidon Ha'Tanach and the first ever season kickoff for the Chidon Ha'Tanach. For those of you who are here, Kol HaKavod, you can spread the word to your friends. And if they're not here, we'll send out the recording too. Let me just kind of frame to everybody what is going to be going on over the course of the next half an hour to 40 minutes. This is going to double up as two events, okay? On the one hand, this is going to be closing off an incredible and very unique year of the Chidon Ha'Tanach. Every test, I made sure to put like a Magefa question on it, because you just have to be kind of aware of the reality of what's going on. And we definitely had to roll with the punches this year. One of the things that ended up emerging was this national championship round of the USA Chidon Ha'Tanach. Back in May, we crowned some of the top placers in our division. And just this morning at 12 o'clock, 10 students who spent this entire summer studying 196 prakim of Tanakh took the hardest Chidon Ha'Tanach exam I've ever made. And we'll hear a little bit more about that later on. But it's not just about that. Even if you're not a national champion, although we'll get to hear about from them a little bit more, we're also going to be kicking off the new year of the Chidon Ha'Tanach together. We'll even learn together with our national champions the first few pesukim of Sefer Dvarim. So there is a lot in store for today. And I'm just really excited to be sharing this moment with you. But more important than me sharing this moment with you, I would like to let the national champions introduce themselves to you on their own. So just hold your horse, stay in your places, and over the next 5 or 6 minutes, you're gonna get to learn a little bit about the national champions from around the country, from the middle school division, some of them now in high school, the high school division, the English division, all of the incredible students who learned 196 prakim of Tanakh. Imagine this, after they placed in May, I told them, okay, now go learn Yirmiyahu, Yechezkel, Yeshayahu, and Amos. That was the past 3 months. And they really did it with incredible aplomb. They all did incredible on these tests. And let's get to it. Josh, let's meet our national champions.
Hello, my name is Sarah Shea, and I'm from Los Angeles, California. I am an alumni of Harkham Hill Hebrew Academy, and I'm an incoming freshman at Yule Girls High School. My favorite pasuk is Banim Gidati Veromamti Vehem Pashubi from Yeshayahu, and I've been in Chidon for the past 2.5 years.
Hi everyone, I'm Ellie Novick from West Orange, New Jersey, and this coming year, assuming that everything goes smoothly and the world doesn't shut down again, I am going to be a senior at Kushner. This over here is the Tanakh that I got for my first year doing Chidon in 8th grade. So for 3 out of the past 4 years, I've been participating in Chidon Ha'Tanach, and it's really helped me build up the fundamentals and foundations of my Judaism, because it really all starts from here. My favorite pasuk is in Sefer Ezra. Ki Ezra hichin levavo lidrosh et Torat Hashem b'la'asot ulu lamed b'Yisrael chok u'mishpat, where we classify Ezra as a person who loves learning, teaching, and spreading and living the lessons of Torah. So for me, besides for learning Torah, I love running, baking, and watching movies. So that's all about me.
Hi, my name is Alana Rosenblatt, and I'm from Highland Park, New Jersey. I go to Berea High School, and Baruch Hashem, this has been my 6th year participating in the Chidon Ha'Tanach. One of my favorite pesukim is Simchat Yerushalayim Igilu Ba Kol Ha'avah Sisu Itam Asos Kol Hamitzavim Aleha from Parak Samach Vav of Yeshayahu. I really enjoy studying for the Chidon because it helps me make connections between different svarim that I'm studying for. And an additional fun fact about me is that I love to knit.
Hi, my name is Eliana Levinson. I am from Detroit, Michigan. This is my 2nd year of doing Chidon Ha'Tanach. My favorite pasuk is from Ezekiel chapter 39, verse 29. Then I will not hide my countenance from them again, for I will pour out my spirit upon the house of Israel. The word of the Lord Hashem Elohim. My favorite thing about doing Chidon Ha'Tanach is that when we study for the tests and for competition, we also retain a lot of information for our own selves and for our own future.
Hi, my name is Eliana Wackelter and I live in Los Angeles, California. This past year I went to Harkham Hillel Hebrew Academy, and this year I'm going to Eula Girls High School. I've been doing Chidon since 7th grade and I've always enjoyed studying for it. I enjoy studying for Chidon because only after I studied it, I understand the chomer that's given to us and can connect to it on a deeper level. Well, my favorite pasuk from this year's chomer is in Yeshayahu, Perek Yiralef, Pasuk Vav. V'girez ze'ev im keves, v'namer im gedei yirbatz, v'egel ukefir, u'mariach dav, v'na'ar katon noheg bam. I love this pasuk because it's talking about when Mashiach comes, there will be harmony between everyone and everything. And one fun fact about me is that I have 2 sisters and a really cute dog.
Hi, I'm Adila Rosenblum. I live in Robertsville, New York. I go to Manhattan High School for Girls. Actually my first year participating in the Chidon Ha'Tanach, and it was a really enjoyable experience. My favorite pasuk is a pasuk from Shmuel Aleph, Parak Lamed, pasuk Vav. V'tetel David me'o ki amru ha'am l'saklo ki mara nefesh kol ha'am ish al banev uvnotav. But Yischazik David B'Hashem Lokav, that when David and the nation and the 600 men with him go back to Tziklag and they see that the city is burnt and that his wives were taken captive, he strengthened himself with Hashem. And this was such a meaningful part about learning Chidon, learning Tanakh, because looking at David and characters in Tanakh that really took every experience that they went through and used it to strengthen themselves and become better. And this really inspired me and was one of my most enjoyable parts about learning Tanakh.
Hello, my name is Samuel Colchamiro. This year I'll be a freshman at the Ray Kushner Shiva High School in Livingston, New Jersey. I've been participating in the Chidon Ha'Tanach for the past 3 years and have really enjoyed that experience. My favorite sefer of Tanakh is Yeshaya, and my favorite pasuk is from Shmuel Bet, Parak Chaf Bet. David says, Ki ata niri Hashem, v'Hashem yagia choshki. Calls Hashem his lamp, which illuminates his darkness. I think that the Chidon Ha'Tanach is very important when learning other aspects of Torah. For example, when learning Gemara and a pasuk is quoted, and you know everything about that pasuk, it's very, very rewarding. I find that my favorite part of learning Tanakh occurs before taking one of the tests, when you're reviewing something for the last time, and you realize that you can finish the pasuk by heart. It's extremely gratifying.
Hi, my name is Talia, and I'm representing Beth Meyer Religious School in Raleigh, North Carolina. This is my 3rd year in Chidon Ha'Tanach. My favorite pasuk is when Elisha brings back the child because it was in my bat mitzvah Haftorah. I really enjoyed getting to learn more Tanakh this year.
Hello, my name is Benny Ram from White Plains, New York, and I'm participating in the Chidon representing Yeshivat Frisch. I have been participating in the Chidon for the past 4 years, in 6th grade and all of the years of high school. My favorite pasuk in Tanakh, or at least one of them, is Yeshayahu Chaf Zayin Pasuk Aleph, Bayom Hahu Yifkod Adonai V'chorvo Akasha V'Gedola B'Chazaka Aliviatan Nachash Bariach V'Aliviatan Nachash Akalaton V'Harag Et Hatanin Asher Bayam, which talks about Hashem fighting all the primordial dragons at the end of time, because that's cool. One of my favorite things that comes from studying for the Chidon Ha'Tanach is getting to learn all of these interesting parts of Tanakh that you don't have the opportunity to learn in school.
Hi, I'm Tamar Nahan. I live in Rockville, Maryland, and I am a rising freshman at Berman Hebrew Academy. I've been participating in the Chidon for about 3 years now, and one of my favorite pesukim from all of Tanakh is Sul Mera Va'aseh Tov Bakesh Shalom V'Rashpehu from Tehillim, because of its inspiring messages of actively replacing the bad with the good and pursuing peace. I love studying for the Chidon because no matter how much of the material has already been taught to me in school, and no matter how many times I learn the material, I always learn new details, stories, lessons, and messages, which I love. And when I'm not studying for the Chidon, I like to make up new lyrics to.
There you have it. Those are our 10 national champions. Each of them a role model to all of us in terms of commitment to learning Torah, not just for the competition, but lishma. You could hear it in their voices just how much they enjoy learning Tanakh. And also their variety of favorite pesukim was just enamoring. It was a lot of fun to listen to. But just remember, the Chidon Ha'Tanach isn't just about the 10 of them, although they are the role models for all of us. It's about all of us. And I just wanted, before we move on to our nationwide Kahoot, which obviously every Chidon Ha'Tanach event, especially if it's virtual, has to have a Kahoot where you could win prizes. But before we get to that, we're going to just do a short minute-and-a-half recap, bringing us back to some of those beautiful moments back in our first virtual Chidon Ha'Tanach back in May. So Josh, hit that video just to bring us back into that moment and remind us that this is all a continuation from there. Virtual tours. Our numbers, we had over 800 people attend that event from around the country. Ahana's here today. Look at that. Continue the celebrating, guys. All right, gonna get some national champion reactions here. Whoa, golden moment. Oh, classic affair. And Alana Rosenblatt comes up, and that's my favorite. Yeah.
You should be so proud of everything that you've done to be a national finalist this year. And you really learned your Torah well. And honestly, that Torah is stuff that's going to stay with you for the rest of your lives.
So this is a continuation of that moment. And there's something actually beautiful about merging that moment with the beginning of the new year. The way that we're going to kick off the new year is twofold. One, I'm going to put a Kahoot up on the board. Everybody, and this is despite what I told the national champions, even the national champions can participate. The material on this Kahoot is on the upcoming year's material, meaning it could be from Dvarim and Ruth and Daniel and Shmuel Bet. I'll send out this Kahoot at some point later in the year, and you'll be like, oh, can't believe it was so hard back then. I know these questions all now. They're so easy. So this Kahoot, maybe you were in the Chidon at a previous cycle and you did it. Maybe you just know it from reading the Parshiot because we're in the middle of Dvarim right now. But this Kahoot is going to be our first way of kicking off our new year of study. And then after that, we're going to learn the first few pesukim together. So I'm just going to share my screen. And I think you guys all know how this Kahoot thing works. 1 second. Anybody can participate. We've got a lot of people who really know their Tanakh here. This Kahoot was made by the new English consultant, official English consultant of the USA Chidon Ha'Tanach, Avi Shaver. He'll be super involved in the English division from now on. He helped me proctor the tests earlier today for our national champion. All right. Gonna be some intense competition. I see some former Kahoot winners here. I heard rumor has it that Ayelet, I think, won a Kahoot earlier today. I think Nasi Shields won the Kahoot, participated in one part of the Kahoot earlier today. So we've got a lot of people gunning for the gold. The person who comes out in first place in this Kahoot will get $100 towards co-red. Second place will get $50, and third place will get $25 towards co-red. So this isn't chump change. This is real. Of course, we all know that Torah's more yikara mipaz. It's even more important. Just knowing Torah is more important. Just trying to delay as we get more people on. To 47 players. Better get in soon. All right. Josh, what do you think? We ready? No?
I think we're good.
I think we're good. Okay, we're about to start the Kahoot. It's a 15-question Kahoot on this coming year's material. And we're starting in 3, 2, 1. Beautifully labeled Chidon Kahoot, August 2020. Josh, can you hear me all right over the music in the background?
Yeah, we hear you.
You must return the pledge to him at. This is in English to make it accessible. You must return the pledge to him at. It's a beautiful mitzvah. A beautiful mitzvah. Oh, you must return to him the pledge to him at sunset. Otherwise, b'mei yishkav. What's he going to be able to lie down with? He needs his blanket overnight. Uh-oh, Benny Ram's ahead. Okay, let's go. How long did Israelites mourn Moses when he died? Moshe when he died? Again, this is Sefer Divarim. Look at this picture. Interesting. Thank you for the pictures, Avi, the Kahoot. A year, 6 months, 30 days, 7 days. Benny, if you win, I may pass over you being in first place. Okay, here we go. Okay, now it doesn't. I may not even have to say that. Here we go. Shoshana, then Benny Ram and Shields, Talia, and Ilan Ram. Uh-oh. I feel like they may be in the same room. Okay. Here we go. What mountain was used for the blessing of the people? This was a couple weeks ago in the Parshiot, and then it's coming up in Kitavot too. Kind of frames all of the mitzvot in a really powerful way. But which one was used for the blessing, not the curse? All right, we're getting our Dvarim stuff going. Shield, Shoshana, Ilan Ram, Mordechai S. Here we go. Who was King David's firstborn son? Clearly Solomon. Shlomo, right? Because he became the king. And the firstborn son always becomes the king. That's how history usually works. Firstborn rights. Family tree, I like that. That's right. Kick Benny out of there. Shields, Ilan, Rosenblum, Fam, Jam. They don't have the jam part, though. I just threw that in there. Here we go. Who brought the report to David that Absalom had died? This is Shmuel Bet. Original runner this year. Oh, look at that. Literally with a note in hand. Early mail service. And it's not clear. There was actually a race, if you remember. It's an early race. Well, you'll learn about it this coming year. That's right, the Cushite does. Very nice. Here we go. How long did the Ark, the Aron, stay with Oved Edom Megiti? There's all this beautiful stuff about David eventually trying to bring the Aron to Yerushalayim, but it's not that easy, transporting it there. The beautiful ideas about how our entire lives are just the attempt to bring the Aron to Makom Asher Yivchar. Much of Tefillah actually mirrors that. Oh, it was there for 3 months. Then David saw a blessing, and he's like, I want in on that. All right, everything stays stable. How many camels did Eov have at the end of his life? Avi, that was a little mean. That was a mean one. Yeah, I was casually perusing Eov today, and you know, we don't learn all of Eov, but we do learn select portions. You'll be getting a good glance into it this year, glimpse of it this year. Look at those camel pictures. Ooh, 6,000. People went high. All right. Who said, all that a man has, he will give up for his life? Avi, I actually am having a difficult time translating this into Hebrew in my brain. So I am awaiting the answer as well. Oh, the adversary in Eov. Is that what it is? Okay, interesting. Ooh, Shield, Jacob Kol Shemiro, and Yitzchak Spivak, new to the Chidon Ha'Tanach. Here we go. How long did Eob's friend stay with him on the ground? Avi must have been reading a lot of Eob today. There are around 4 prakim in Eob, and the majority of the material is Devarim and Shmuel Bet, but I'm sensing some inclinations here. 30 days and 30 nights, 14 days, 40 days and 40 nights, 7 days and 7 nights. All very biblical amounts of time. Very powerful. 7 days and 7 nights. All right, here we go. What kind of food did Daniel request to eat instead of the king's fare? Legumes, rice, matzah, bread, right? Daniel, in some capacity, actually kind of keeping kashrut in Galut in a really cool way. We'll learn about that next year as well. Very nice. Who said, listen and act without delay for your own sake? With the act now button. Nicely done. Nicely done. Clearly, that's what was being implied. Daniel. Okay, I'm going to need to let's see the Hebrew on that one too. That's very cool. Here we go. On to the next one. How long were Daniel and his friends educated before they entered the king's service? Again, Daniel's happening in that interim period between Bayit Rishon and Bayit Sheni. So really incredible time. Purim may or may not, depending how you think about it, happened at the same exact time as well. Jews living in Galut. 1 month, 3 years, 3 months, 1 year. 3 years. Okay, Shields, Jacob Kol Shemiro, Benny Ram. Who is David's grandfather or Jesse's father? I may take personal liberties this time in distributing the gifts to people who have not won something in the past. I'm just letting you guys know that. Make an executive decision there. But you guys, if you come in first or second place and have already won something, you can get kavod and the kesef may go elsewhere. Oved, that is correct. Shield, Benny Ram, Jacob Kol Shemiro, Misharet Hashem. Okay, if you come in third place, you may have to identify yourself to me or send me an email afterwards, whomever you may be, a servant of God. What did Naomi request her name to be changed to? Root is on the material next year too. It's always really nice learning root right before Shavuot. And you come in to Shavuot and the Chidon Ha'Tanach, just really thinking about root in an entirely different way. There's beautiful stuff coming up next year. Mara, all the names in root may have some type of additional meaning beyond just their actual names that they go by. Let's go. Final question here. We got one more. How long, another root question, how long did Elimelech and his family live in Moab? It doesn't say. Pretty sure it does say. Oh wait, that was me giving away then. Whatever, okay. Sorry, Avi, I was just in dialogue. 10 years until the famine was over, 7 years. All right, again, I appreciate everybody participating. If you've won any Koren gift certificates in a previous iteration of this year's Kahoots, you will get the kavod, but I may pass on and give the award Koren money to somebody else. But kol hakavod to all of you for an initial start. The Chidon Kahoot podium. Take a look at it right for now. Benny Ram in third place. Jacob Kol Shemiro in second. And the Shield family first, none of them will be getting any of the money though. So if you came in fourth, fifth, or sixth, or seventh, you may still be getting kesef. All right, so kol hakavod to everybody there. And let's move on to the next part of the program. Okay, so that was a kind of a fun way to start thinking about the material for next year. Definitely with a weight towards some of the smaller Sfarim. Dvarim, we're going to learn in its entirety. Shmuel Bet as well. And they're both really powerful, jam-packed Sfarim. But I thought actually one of the most powerful ways to start the Sefer would be to learn it together. If you remember at the end of last year, at the end of the Chidon Ha'Tanach in May, we did something new. We had a siyum. We collectively kind of made a siyum on our studying over the course of the year. So I'd like actually a new tradition to kind of be that we both start and end the year together. In the sense, even though we may not interact with each other outside of the national finals or this national championship round, we're all learning this together as part of Am Yisrael, and it's really beautiful just to see everybody from every walk of life learning the same material, the same Torah. So the way we're actually going to do this is I had our 10 national champions, who you already got to meet a little bit before, record themselves just saying a couple snippets of the first 3 pesukim of Dvarim. Take a look.
These are the words.
These are the words.
These are the words.
Eila hadibarim asher diber Moshe al kol Yisrael be'ever hayarden.
Bamidbar, Ba'araba, Musuf, Ben Paran, Uben Tofel.
Tofel, v'lavan v'chatzerot v'di zahav.
These are the words that Moses addressed to all Israel on the other side of the Jordan, through the wilderness, in the Arava.
Near Suf, between Paran and Tofel.
Laban, Hazeroth, and Di Zahav.
11 יום מחורף, דרך הר שעיר עד קדש ברנע.
ויהי ב-40 שנה ב-12 חודש באחד לחודש.
Diber Moshe al b'nei Yisrael v'chol asher tziva Hashem otho aleihem.
It was in the 40th year, the first day of the 11th month, that Moshe addressed the Israelites in accordance with the instructions that the Lord had given to him for them.
These are the words.
These are the words.
Eila hadibarim.
Eila hadvarim. These are the words. Those are the first 2 words of the material that will begin our Chidon Ha'Tanach studies next year. And I don't know if you can pick 2 more beautiful words when you think about them. What we Jews do is we dance with those words every Simchat Torah. Eila hadvarim is Moshe Rabbeinu saying, I know that we kind of been learning Torah for the past 40 years, but can we just review it one more time before I go? And I'm going to embellish a little bit. I'll add a little bit. Ho'il Moshe be'eret HaTorah hazot. There's something really beautiful about Eila Dvarim being the way that we cap off a year of the Dr. Shimshon Isseroff USA Chidon Ha'Tanach and start a new one. You know, in the Torah Sheba'al Peh world, whenever you finish learning something, we say the words Hadran Alach. Beautiful, beautiful poetic words, which essentially mean we're not going anywhere. We're coming right back. Eila Dvarim. These are the words. Moshe Rabbeinu says, I'm not going anywhere yet. Before I go, let's do some chazara. Let's make sure that your Tanachs look a little bit like Eli Novik's before I leave, if you know what I mean. That's what we're going for. We're going to review, and you're going to, by the end of the Sefer, cherish these words and want to dance away the night with them. Okay, that's it. That is the end of the year of the Chidon Ha'Tanach and the beginning of the next one. So I guess you guys can all just go now. Oh yeah, I'm getting some reactions now. Okay, maybe not. I know there's one more thing that we have to do to kind of cap off the year. Before we get there, just one more moment to just appreciate these 10 individuals from all walks of life who decided. They didn't have to. They said they decided to spend their summers learning 196 prakim of Tanakh, and not easy prakim. These were difficult prakim, Nevi'im Achronim. It's really plumbing into the depths of some of the deepest words of our Nevi'im. Each of these contestants, really, I've been referring to them as this all summer. They're national champions. They're deserving of a lot of kavod. But most importantly, we talk about this not just being a contest, but Torah Lishma as well. You can hear it in the way that they talk about Tanakh. They're just examples for all of us of what, serious Tanakh study, the way it can really have an effect on us becoming and growing into B'nai and B'not Torah. The way the prizes will work is the following. I'm going to announce everything from fourth, third, second to first place. The way it'll work this year is if you came in a place where you do not place an international competition, you will be receiving a prize which actually has taken on a whole new meaning in the past month. Rav Steinsaltz came out fairly recently with a commentary on the entirety of Tanakh. Anybody who places as a national champion but will not be heading on to Israel will be receiving one of these beautiful sets, in addition to a beautiful certificate or award in the mail. If you're from outside the tri-state area, you also get a free flight to the Chidon Ha'Tanach national finals in a future year, so you could come back and compete again. So that's everything that people who are not going to Israel will get. So it's pretty solid, in addition to the 196 pesukim that they got to learn. But here we go. Got to do this at some point. So I'm going to pull up. I'm going to start with the English division. Now, in the English division, there were 4 people who placed in the top 4. 2 of them decided they were happy to be national champions, but they didn't want to do the 196 pesukim of learning. Makes a lot of sense. These 2 individuals spent their summer learning and learning and learning, and they really deserve so much credit for what they've done. In second place, in the English division, from Beth Meyer School, Talia Weinstein. Kol hakavod, Talia. The Weinsteins are a hardcore Chidon Ha'Tanach family. So proud of them. Can't wait to see you here again next year. That means that in first place in the English division, from actually my home state of Michigan, studying independently, and she will be progressing to the international competition, winning a flight to Israel as well. Hopefully those 2 things happen at the same time. Only time will tell. It is Eliana Levinson. Mazal tov, Eliana. So incredible. Talia and Eliana, you both did so wonderfully on the exam. You both deserve this moment. Okay, now on to the middle school division. It's a little funny because all of these middle schoolers are kind of all about to begin their high school careers too. But when they started off, they were still young 8th graders, or veteran 8th graders. The middle school division actually had a tie for 3rd place. A tie for 3rd place. Tied for 3rd place from Joseph Kushner Hebrew Academy, Samuel Kolshamiro, and from Harkham Hillel Hebrew Academy, Eliana Waghalter. Mazel tov, kol hakavod. Samuel will pay for your subway ride over one day. Eliana will pay for your flight. Mazal tov. In second place, from the Berman Hebrew Academy, Tamar Dehan. Amazing. So incredible. We can't wait to see you back competing again in high school. And representing the United States in Israel next year, Sarah Shea from Harkham Hebrew Academy. Mazel tov. Kol hakavod. So much to celebrate for the Shea family today. They had a bat mitzvah, and they get an international win. Kol hakavod, Sarah. You earned it. Harkham Hillel Hebrew Academy. That's where you want to be for the Chidon Ha'Tanach, guys. 2 in the top 4 this year. All right. On to the high school division. The way the high school division works is actually the top 2 in the high school division get to go on and compete in Israel. It's a good incentive to continue competing in the Chidon Ha'Tanach even after you're done in middle school. In 4th place, with definitely the first place in terms of the Tanakh that he used, Elimelech Novik from Kushner Yeshiva High School. In third place, from Manhattan High School for Girls, Adiel Rosenblum. Wow, Adiel, oh, look at that group family hug. We'd love that. In second place, from Bruria High School, progressing to international competition, winning a flight to Israel, Alana Rosenblatt. Woohoo! That is one celebration right there. And then in first place, I don't know if I should say this, but I'll say it with a perfect score on the exam, from Frisch High School, Benny Ram. Mazal Tov to all of our national champions. 196 prakim, so much to be proud of, so much to look towards each of these individuals and just be like, wow, those are dugmaoti showed. Those are real role models. A reminder, this is the end of one year, but Eila Hadvarim. These are the words. We're starting the next year as well. The material is up online, as is our custom at the Dr. Shimshon Isseroff USA Chidon Ha'Tanach. We always end the event with Hatikva. You can definitely stand wherever you are, sing along. Wish each of you a Mazal Tov, a beautiful closure to one year, and a Hadran Alach, a beginning of the next. Hit it, Josh. So many proud faces, guys. The Torah Lishma. Chazak ve'aseh. See you all at the national finals. Bezrat Hashem in person next year.